Let me get into this next topic. You can play that first clip I have for you, please, and thank you.
I fucking love young women.
Slayer.
Between 21 and 25.
21?
21 and 25.
You're 33.
I'm 33 years old. It's been the best fucking experience.
I think I know why.
The best experience. Like, these women, typically very malleable, right? Very, very cooperative, extremely cooperative, right?
Kevin Samuels Jr.
Exciting. No, listen.
For sure.
No, let me tell you, because I'm just being very honest about my experience. Like, they don't have many negative experiences, so they do truly give you grace.
I know that kind of triggers some of y'all over there. We gotta get straight into this, man. How y'all feel about men dating younger women?
I feel like nothing is wrong with men dating younger women. I feel like your reason
it's
for
what he
dating
said.
younger women
It's what he
would
said.
make you wrong.
A lot of men that probably feel like that date younger women probably feel like him. But I also know a lot of men who I've had that general conversation with that are just like, they'll literally say what he said. Like, yeah, other guys, that's what they want. They want someone, their words would be, they're easier to control or to change. I literally had someone say it's easy to change their mind. Like,
to groom
them, which is the right word to use.
I don't think men has ever said they're easy to control. I think that's what a lot of women assume when men say that. Like,
but when I've talked, this is like what y'all said with interviewing the random women. I've talked to guys, like I'm a talker. Like, I've talked to people, I talk around. I've had that conversation before. And there are some guys, whether they probably admit about themselves or not, they would say, yeah, that's what guys want. They want a woman that's younger because they're easier probably to influence. Like, I'm using their words. They're not saying groom, but they're saying influence. Not even saying manipulate. They're easier like, older woman is too combative. They like to argue too much because they're set in their ways. Like, I'm trying to remember words as they're coming to me, I'm saying it. And these are the words they're using. These are words that guys are saying other men feel like.
What's wrong with not liking? What's wrong with not liking somebody that's combative?
Nothing's wrong with that, but I'm saying, like, that's the reason. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can say a million other things, but
you say you had no problem with them dating younger women, but you have a problem with their reasoning. So what's wrong with the reason that I don't like combative women?
If you wanted to date a younger woman because you liked her or whatever, then cool.
Hold on, one mic.
But if you're like solely reaching out to a female because she's 22 and I know she hasn't had previous relationships to change her mind and think all niggas is not a certain type of way, then that's kind of weird. Like, that's kind of weird. That is weird. Like, you're picking her because she hasn't experienced anything.
She hasn't been tainted
to change her mind. But how do you say that she's tainted? Like,
because that experiences tend to make women build a wall and act a certain way towards men and be more combative, which is what men don't like. So what's wrong with dating a woman that hasn't been through that experience where she like all men ain't shit, so I don't gotta deal with that barrier.
Exactly.
What's wrong with that?
But it's older women too that aren't like that.
How many? What percentage? What's the percentage?
Y'all date older women?
I don't know that.
Y'all date older women?
Do I date older women? Yeah. No, I don't date older women.
Okay. I've dated older women, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there is a certain level of, baggage, that trauma that comes with that. I can't say I fully agree with him, but I understand where he's coming from, because what happens if you understand anything about like male nature? Like, men are we're just attracted to beauty. We're attracted to fertility. We're attracted to peace. Like, and sometimes you tend to find those qualities in younger women. Not saying you can't find them in older women, but the older women normally do come with the baggage. They might come with the kids. They might, come with the niggas ain't shit mentality. They might, So that's very difficult to deal with as a man, coming in and dealing with a woman that's, niggas ain't shit like that. Like, when he says, your young women give me grace, it's easier. They're more cooperative. You know what I mean? A lot of women on this show says, I need a man that I can learn from, right? That's what the women say. True or false?
Facts.
You can learn something, obviously, when you're younger and the guy is much older, you're more willing to compromise. You're more willing to compromise and follow his lead. It's not like I'm not listening to no nigga lead. Like, nigga ain't gonna tell me what to do. So there is, and this is universal across the world. Like, men have always been attracted to younger women. Not saying like on underage women, but younger women. Just like how women have been historically attracted to older men, because there's certain things that y'all get from older men that you don't get from men younger. Like, they're more mature. They're more financially stable.
I agree with the both of you to an extent. And I agree with you as well. So to circle back to the original question, and to like give my answer to the question, I don't think that there's anything wrong with older men wanting to actually date younger women. However, I do agree with, to an extent, with the both of you. I do agree with my friend when she says, if I did have an issue, it would be because of his reasoning.
Right.
It'll be
his reasoning that y'all heard. Was there any issues with what he said? Because women was killing him online. Like
no.
He didn't bash older women. He didn't do
the way
anything.
that you explained yourself. I'm sorry. The way that he explained himself, I already explained yourself. It'll be like, all right, okay, I see what you're saying. You know, listening to him, to me, his intent behind the words that are just coming to his mind that he's just using shows me that his real intent of dating younger women isn't, I don't know. I feel like sometimes they probably want to, in a relationship, guys want to lead, and it's probably easier to lead, you know what I'm saying, when you have someone that isn't, like you said, fighting back and forth with you or have trauma, you know what I'm saying, things like that. But then someone like that is, I feel like from what he's saying, how he's moving, how he's talking about it, you want to manipulate. You want someone that's easy to control. Someone that, I feel like that from what he's saying. Even though it's probably not, it's the energy behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's like the words that he's using. Like, you got to look at people's intentions. I don't know. His intentions just is giving.
It's
you want
bad vibes,
you want something
like,
someone you can get away with.
Is that your woman's intuition speaking?
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit of my women's intuition. It's a little bit of just knowing guys in general. I don't know all guys. I know a few people, talking to a couple people, you know, and just
I think what happens sometimes, what happens is women get very upset when men have standards and preferences. And that's what, when I see that clip, I hear a man who has preferences on women. I didn't hear anything. It didn't sound like he was trying to manipulate when I heard it. Like, you know what I mean?
Nope.
That's his preference. But
he's
a lot of women,
basing it on younger women.
That's his preference.
Yeah.
Just like how y'all base quality of men off of their height without
And
even
money.
knowing them, and money. That's his preference. And what happens is a lot of women feel disqualified by what he said because they might not be in that age bracket. So now they feel like, damn, like I feel disqualified. Like, now they judging niggas off their height, not even the quality of man. How they gonna treat
funny,
you?
bro?
Like,
What's my thing? I gotta think of a short guy. It ain't nothing about. I feel like it all boils down to the person, like not. You know what I'm saying with that, but
to circle back, yes. If his reasoning is to manipulate, he's wrong.
But why
Other than that, like you said, I mean, I didn't say that I assumed that was his intentions. I personally, like you guys heard me say, I didn't find anything wrong with it. That's his personal preference. That okay, you want to date younger women? That's fine. That's with you. Now, if you decide to date younger women and you turn into a manipulator, then that's different. That has nothing to do with me. That's like jumping the gun. Like, you're
He can
already in a
manipulate you if
relationship.
you're young or old. That just
like,
could be his.
Exactly.
But like, what if he can find those same
age.
traits in someone who's older? Like, I feel like, okay, I get what y'all saying, and it is all preference.
Beauty and fertility tends to drop as a woman gets older. Like, I'm not saying there's not no baddies.
He didn't even talk about that. He's not talking about
I'm not saying that.
He's not talking about none of that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like,
That's what I'm talking about, how you
universally,
explain it, what you're talking about.
I'm saying universally, there's studies that universally in any country, men typically go for younger women because of the things like beauty, fertility. When women get older, that tends to drop.
True.
Like, you know what I mean? So that might not be as attractive to a man. Like, just like how women won't find a man that's as attractive if he's not financially stable. Like, you get what I'm saying? So those things do play a factor.
But you're referencing.
You know what?
I'm not trying to but you're referencing.
You're right.
Sorry, Alex, let me say
everything
one
is
thing.
personal preference. You see how men do not want women that potentially, as they get older, their beauty fades. We do not want older men that look raggedy. So you're right. It's personal preference at that point. That's it.
I feel like when you're referencing this video, like, you're talking about what we're referencing. Like,
But
you give me another guy that's probably saying what he's saying, I probably would have felt different. How he's saying it, I'm talking about like with him. That's why I was kind of relating to how you explained it. Like, okay, I see what you're saying with certain things. It's the way he's coming across when he says it. Like, we're referencing with this video with him and how he's coming across what he's saying. You know what I'm trying to say?
Personal.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's why I'm talking
didn't
about.
Rub her correctly, and that's okay. Like, we can cross paths with somebody, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I met him and I love him. Like, he's amazing. And then she can cross paths with someone, and she's like, no, he's a demon. I don't want to be next to him.
I could sit down with him and have a real sit-down conversation and have a whole nother perspective of him. But how he came across in that video,
how she perceived him in that video.
Nothing's wrong with men dating young women.
I do think that's like like the difference between like men and women. Like we could like hear him and hear him out. Like when you talking to women, you got to say it like softly, or
like
you got
can relate.
your message got to be gentle, and he could be he's just blunt. You know what I mean? And very direct. You get what I'm saying? That just he could mean it the same way how Eli's elaborating on it. But you know what I'm saying? Just when women hear shit, they just like. Oh, nah, I don't like how he's smiling while he's saying that shit. Oh, nah. You get what I'm saying? That's how that be your energy like.
Yeah, I mean, when he explained it, it sounded like, okay.
I could.
And a lot of men got to deal with, when we do date, like women that have like history with dating other men, we always got to live up to that. Oh, that nigga did this when he did that. And we like, oh, I'm tired of that shit. You get what I'm saying?
Men are tired of coming in at a disadvantage with certain women. I'm not saying all women, but older women do tend to have that trauma of dealing with the ain't shit niggas. Now they whole mindset is niggas ain't shit. Not even some niggas, it's just niggas ain't shit. They might come with kids, baby daddy. Like it's a certain level of baggage that's
willing to go through and break those barriers. If as a guy he doesn't already see that she's the one, and he doesn't care what type of trauma or what she's been through, family, ex-boyfriend or whatever, he's not willing to break down those barriers with her.
Can I ask you a question? How often do you think a woman would fight for a good man that she's been hurt, right? And he's actually a good quality man, but she doesn't realize that she's treating him like how the last dude should have been treated. How often does she fight for that man?
I feel like women fight for the man all the time, regardless. I feel like that.
I can't say that.
No, she's correct. She's correct. They fight for the wrong type of men. You're right. You're absolutely right.
She didn't say that.
Y'all be fighting other women over toxic niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because y'all don't like to admit that y'all wrong at times.
Not wrong either.
So I would say most women, that in my opinion, most women don't. We have women on the show. I have a woman in my house. She don't like admitting she wrong. So you get what I'm saying? So, I'm going to tell y'all.
Accountability. A lot of people lack accountability.
Women lack accountability. So if you can't say you wrong, how do you know that you're missing out on a good man when you reminiscing about what the last man mistakes was?
Honestly, that just comes with growth.
Right, she's not gonna realize just like a man will not gonna realize till he gone.
And that's why he want a younger woman where he could be like, yo, let's just be real up front. You do something wrong, you apologize. I do something wrong.
To be fully,
you can't tell no older woman that shit. She's not dealing with that.
To be honest with you, I just feel like it comes with growth. Like, as someone in...
There's a difference between growth in plants and growth in women. I'm telling you.
I feel like it comes with growth because a woman has to be in that situation to be able to like self-reflect, to be able to say to herself like, okay, this actually was a good guy. He actually was good to me.
That dude would have to walk out the door and be with another shorty before.
No, you can't say that. No, you can't say that.
No. And he can say that, but he can't just say
necessarily and not.
I feel like that can happen.
Not every situation, because some women sometimes, like say for example, what happens if it's a woman still with you, or like you guys are actually still inside of a situation and she's now working on herself at that time. She decides like at that time, you know what, I've had enough. Like what if her job was the breaking point? I've had enough. I need to get into therapy or something. And now she's working on herself.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So she's now being able to self-reflect and be like, you know what, maybe the way I'm treating this guy is shitty. Like she's now able to reflect out of the situation, like, being inside of the shitty situation. And he can still be there.
Yeah.
He could be that guy that's like, you know what, she's the one.
Yeah. Are you gonna stick it out while she gets through that?
That trauma? If she's saying that, you get what I'm saying? Men are forced to, always have to fix and help and sit there. What about my feelings at the same time? You get what I'm saying?
True, men's feelings do go get overlooked.
Men have feelings. Yes. That's true.
So I gotta help build you. I think you need to step away from this relationship, focus on yourself, fix yourself. And if we both can meet back up, then I think that's better. But for me to have to worry about how you fixing yourself and how I'm being treated in the process, it's unfair.
I feel like that boils down to communication.
And then to even get, and literally, to even get to that point, it has to be some form of growth. She has to see something is wrong. She has to see something's wrong. Because if she don't see nothing is wrong...
And you got to be patient.
We hope so.
And past self-growth. Are y'all trying to grow in the relationship? Are you willing, just like she said, are you willing to just see her like, okay, she's going through her thing. She's trying to fix herself. All right. Now y'all get to the point of talking about what are we gonna do? Are we gonna separate, or am I gonna sit here? This is what you're doing to take care of yourself. Well, this is what I need. I see what. No. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about as the man. This is what I need. This is what you need. How are we gonna make this work?
Even if I suggest, I say, hey, I think we should take this space. Oh, that's fucked up. You can't even help me when I need you.
So do you feel like most men, their form of like fixing a relationship is like taking space?
No, I'm just saying if that look, it's already the woman's flip it's happening right now.
No, I'm not trying to flip it. I'm trying to put that to the side.
That's a tactic that I see like a lot of women do, you know, and I could say, y'all could say, oh, did you mess with a lot of women?
Sometimes you gotta answer it to put it to the side.
Of them. And I'm just saying.
You know what, I give you that because I've definitely said that before.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that was my feelings, and I say, hey, I think you should step. You can't say that I thought that was best for both of us. You get what I'm saying? So you can't question my decision.
Do you know what I tell my guy friends when I have in situations with girls sometimes?
And this is that situation when the girl has to. This is that situation. Wait, I'm sorry. This is that situation when he just said. This is that situation where you find out if that's the girl that's gonna fight. Literally.
Yeah.
Because me personally, granted, I hear what you're saying, but no.
I don't want that fight when I cancel you. I want that fight when we both. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know? Do you know what I tell a lot of my guy friends when I have a situation with girls? I'm like, you know what you need to do? You need to just communicate. It might not go the way you want it to go. She might not even understand what you're saying the way she needs to, or perceive, or like take it in the way she's supposed to take it in. But you said it. You had the conversation. You sat there and tried to answer her questions. You said this is it. You're not going back and forth with that. Now, however you decide to step, however you decide to move, it's warranted. I had the conversation. You're not doing anything about it. You're not getting what I'm saying, and we're going in circles. We're not getting anywhere.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I don't want you to rebuttal. I just don't want you to feel like, you know, like I'm forced. I don't want to feel like I'm forced after that. If that's much, we can still talk about it. We can still have a conversation. It just can't be a flip narrative where you got me feeling bad about my decision, because that's unfair.
Yeah, let me get into this next topic real quick. But just real quick about the last topic. I don't think there's anything wrong with men having preferences. Obviously, if you do say it in a malicious or a devious way, like you said, men do want, if they want to control her or whatever, then I don't think that's right. But we have to get into this space where we allow men to actually have preferences without always trying to shame them and trying to assume that they meant something that they may not have meant. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
it's true, because I have a guy in my house, my brother just like her, in a house full of women, and sometimes I gotta catch myself from getting on him so much. It's so easy to be like, yo, what are you talking about? Yo, fix it. And I have to be like, yo, I have to step back. Like, he's a guy. He's allowed to have his opinion, have his... But, you know, because I'm just saying, like, women can be overbearing sometimes. You know what I mean?